Hello and
Hello.
welcome to
I love the move. Immediately tear off the glasses.
welcome. It's a coffee break with Marina Franklin and
Evelyn Frick.
hi
Hello.
Evelyn. Isn't that weird?
It took me a minute to remember which direction I
Which
need to go because
direction
it's
to go?
mirrored.
Oh God, how you been? What's going on, Evelyn?
I'm good. Yeah, this past week has been good. This past week was like the Jewish New Year, so I didn't work until Thursday.
Oh,
Which was
nice.
really lovely. Yeah, I had basically all week off, so it's just a lot of time for like reflection and spending time with my girlfriend and doing a lot of writing for opening for you next week, which is exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it's gorgeous today, so I was
Isn't
out for
it?
a little bit and got coffee with a friend. So it's been good. How are you?
I'm good. That's great. I'm glad you're out and about and taking that break. I need a break.
Yeah, you've been doing so much recently.
I have. I have. Part of it, part of it, Evelyn, that I talk to you every week about, the one thing that I'm
Mhm.
like, I have a story for you, but I can't, I
Oh,
cannot
yeah,
say
yeah.
it. I can't say it here. But yeah, it's like I have been so busy and I just need like a few days. It's weird because I do have days off, but they don't feel like I'm off because I'm
Um,
always constantly like booking the podcast is not easy every
no, it's
week.
not.
And trying to keep it at 4 people is not easy.
Mhm.
But I try my best. And like but it keeps my head like spinning because I'm always thinking about who could be
Mhm.
great on the show. And then and then I have a new assistant working.
That's
She's
great.
lovely. She's doing a great job.
Oh, good.
Thank you. Um and what else? Oh yeah, it's just the same, stand up. Last night I did 2 shows at the Comedy Cellar.
That's
Tonight I
great.
have 3 shows.
Wow.
And then yes, and then Wednesday you're opening for me
I
at the Comedy
know.
Cellar, which I'm excited about. I'm glad you're preparing. It's nice to have something to work towards, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, that's honest like, having, like, a deadline and, like, a show, like, on the calendar, I feel it motivates me
It's
more
important.
so. It's like it's hard when you don't have shows on. It's hard I find it's hard to write and it's hard to, like, motivate yourself to, like, go to open mics and, like, see, like, what material and stuff is working, what's not working, because like, you're not working towards anything. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, this week I like went to like three or four open mics, and it was great. It felt really good. It's the most that I've done since being back, getting back into it because of the pandemic. So
Yeah.
yeah, it feels good.
Yeah. You got to put something in the calendar in order to, the best of the best. That's true about anyone in life though, or
Yeah,
just in life. You got to put something on that calendar to stay motivated. I think a
yeah.
lot of people are feeling like kind of lost right now,
Hmm.
with this Delta surging again, and people are like, what's going on? Like, what's this all about? Put
Yeah,
something on the calendar.
yeah, exactly. Do
Really?
it sooner rather than later too, because like I have this show that I'm doing in October, which I am very excited about, the New York Queer Comedy Festival. But also like in the back of my brain, like with like the pandemic, things that are farther out, you just like never know, like if
I
like
know.
what it's gonna be like in a
Yeah.
month.
Well, yeah, you just never know. I mean, I could tell you because I seem to be ahead of this
Yeah,
this the whole time,
you know it
but
all.
I think things are going to taper off. I think it's going to be a pretty tough season for people in
Hmm.
November and maybe some of December, but I think maybe people have gotten the lesson and it will be a little better off, you know.
I hope so. I mean, it's
I'm going to
interesting.
add our
Oh
knucklehead
yeah,
friend
our dear
here.
friend.
Our dear friend, everyone. He's waiting in the green room, patiently
Mhm.
waiting. We always start this a little early to grab the other platforms, but we want to welcome you to the Friends Like Us coffee break. I'm going to start calling it because I drink coffee throughout the whole show. He's a good friend. He's my wacky friend. He talks a tremendous amount, but he knows. Welcome everyone, David Juskow.
How are you?
Oh, wow.
Hello.
I love the way you came on. How are ya?
Well, you said wacky. I figure I go for it all.
Yeah, you're my wacky friend, Juskow.
That's me.
We were just talking about how we're telling everyone how we're doing. How are you doing?
Me? I've never been happier in my life. This pandemic has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm telling you, I'm looking good. I'm walking tall. I think I'm officer material.
Officer?
Yeah, sorry, that's from Stripes. I don't know why I said it.
Oh,
But the thing is, nobody would ever know that. That's why sometimes I use stuff from movies that nobody knows, and they think it's like, wow, he's such a genius with comedy, because I use movie lines from the 60s and 70s, so people just think I made it up. But I don't
everyone,
know.
look how excited people are that you're here.
Really?
They're like, Juskow.
I'm so glad. I do. Sometimes I know I talk a lot, but I will tell you this. I was supposed to go to the Giants tailgate tomorrow, but there is a boy who has not been vaccinated and his parents are stupid, and now I don't want to go. So I'm not going. I don't like it.
He's not vaxxed.
Nope. And he says it's for religious reasons. They're Greek Orthodox, and he goes to Winnipeg, and he said, oh, he's getting a thing because he's religious beliefs. It's just it's like having a fake vaccination card, I think.
That's
He's going to the Giants game. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's bothering me that much that I chose not to go.
Yeah. Well, good for you, Jessica. You got to protect yourself. You got that Johnson and Johnson. and
you got to take extra care.
Yeah, you have to take extra, because that one, I saw a study out yesterday of the efficacy that drops off, and the Johnson & Johnson drops off the most. It's like 60%. Yeah. Moderna is doing actually the best.
Wow.
Which is a surprise. This is as of yesterday. Moderna drops off at like 95 efficacy, and Juskow's Johnson.
I saw that.
And then Pfizer drops off like 80%.
Well, my friend Alan Klein, who I've known since 1982, he saw this coming in 1983. He's been a worrywart, real Jewy.
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, it's true. I mean, he's just so nervous about cleanliness and viruses since the beginning of time. And I haven't seen him in 2 years. I mean, I talked to his husband. He's a homosexual. And I haven't seen him for 2 years. Like, he's been in hiding because of this. And I just heard, wait till you hear this. I just heard today his husband told me he got the virus because they went to Fire Island this past weekend. He finally decided to go out of the house. But I think he might have contracted AIDS because for some reason he's getting a transfusion on Monday. I haven't heard of that. Have you? What doctor is this?
A transfusion of what? Blood?
Blood, I guess. Yeah, he's getting for what? This is what they're calling for. Apparently he's very, I have not heard of that. I don't know. Well,
some people believe that it affects your blood. He's not vaccinated?
No, he is. He's totally vaccinated.
And he got the virus.
And he's
going to Fire Island is not
it's not a safest
place for sure.
No,
there are definitely
but,
the term Fire Island gays. There's some Fire Island gays who are not vaccinated.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why somebody would be that. I think I'm sorry, I still have trouble with the word husband. I think I'm an old man.
His special friend.
They're allowed to get married. I was very against gay marriage because I was just jealous that I thought for sure at least they can't get married before me. So that's the only reason, other than I don't care. And they're like my best friends. And I guess he finally was like, come on, you got to come out of the house, Alan. And he finally goes out and catches his worst fear. I still think, he's a big hypochondriac, so he's having trouble breathing. Of course he's having trouble breathing. He's like having a panic attack, probably. It's probably what it is. But yeah, this blood transfusion, I haven't heard of that for anybody.
Yeah.
That's weird,
I
right?
guess
There
it's
may-
better than doing the horse medicine.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
there
what
must
was
be a
Howard Stern was
reason.
talking about that.
Someone did say something to me last night. I think there's something going around where they believe that the vaccine changes your blood.
Oh.
Someone said that to me last night about they're vaccinated, but they said the reason they didn't want to get it was because it changes your blood.
What does that mean? What do you mean it changes
Exactly. I
your
don't
blood
even think
from
they knew
O
what that meant.
positive to AB negative? I mean, what?
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, remember my friend Adam Schlesinger, who died, on April 1st of 2020, which, it still sounds like he's playing a joke. But, they didn't know how to treat it. So they put him on the ventilator. That's how they thought it was supposed to be done. But we have to assume that might have been what killed him, when they didn't know any better. So
Yeah.
I don't
You
understand.
mean
This
Adam
is the
Schlesinger, like
new.
the musician?
Yes.
You're friends with him? Oh wow.
Yeah, he was the best.
Yeah,
No, he was good,
Juskow actually knows a lot of people. He just is really not known himself. Like
Right.
the people
But he
he
was-
knows are very. We're trying to help. we're thinking, maybe if that didn't help, maybe my YouTube channel can get it going for you.
Mhm.
Well, again, again, this guy Adam Schlesinger was the most talented person ever,
Mhm.
and he told me if I ran for Manhattan Borough President, like was the plan, he was going to write me a song, which I definitely would have won because it would have been like stanza, like a Seinfeld thing. But he was so talented. I can't believe he died, and he was right in the well. They finished Sarah Silverman's musical before he died, and the weird part is when, like, let's say in February or March, when they all got together to, the musical was supposed to open May of 2020, Sarah's musical based on her book, The Bedwetter.
Mhm.
Like 4 of them or 5 of them got together at her place in New York that she was staying when the show was supposed to open. And they were joking. They're like, wouldn't it be funny if one of us died and somebody had to accept the Tony, like, posthumously?
Oh
And
God.
then it just happened. I mean, it's not, I don't believe in that he jinxed himself or anything. It's just really weird. And
Well,
he was, my age and no pre-existing conditions.
Today is a tough day. Speaking of that, of a lot of, September 11th. How are we feeling?
Oh, that's a funny one, TSSD LLC. Sorry.
What?
They wrote, gay people have just as much right to regret getting married as everyone else.
My face looks pudgy today. I don't know what happened.
Actually, it looks really good.
What's
really?
good?
It's like every
You know
week
what's
it's
bad
like
is your
something.
stupid dancing videos.
The one I just posted, you see, everyone's like, thank you. I've missed it so much. You're saving me now. Oh my God. Where have you been? What would I do without you?
They missed it.
They really missed it. And I actually recorded it, true story, the week before. I was in the
Oh
mood.
wow.
And it can go to different music. It doesn't just, it could, like, the rhythm of that video, this particular one could go to any music.
Nice.
You see, someone's writing a lot
Yeah, you
here.
see what Scott Jones wrote. I
Let's
wonder
see.
if it's a true transfusion or they're
I wonder if
pumping
it's true
O2 into his blood.
transfusion or they're pumping O2 into his blood. My friend was put on a machine that does that today. I never heard of that before, but apparently it's a wild treatment for those with
Valid treatment, yeah.
Probably
yeah, well, that's interesting. That makes sense, I guess. And they because I was talking to his husband, and he's like, I mean, I've known these guys, I don't know why I'm having trouble. But he said we're getting it done Monday, but we're trying to get an earlier appointment. I'm like, earlier, that's kind of hard on Saturday and Sunday. I thought Monday would be pretty good. I guess he's really having trouble. I don't know. It's I really just believe. I mean, he was so nervous. I feel like it's a panic attack. I feel like if he took his Xanax, he might be okay. Because I have trouble
Probably a
breathing all the
combo.
time because I think I have COVID, and I take the Xanax and I relax.
Well, I have panic attacks thinking I have, and I'm like, oh my God, what is it? I mean, I've been in the very beginning. Remember, we were all drinking water like crazy. No, we were like drinking a lot of water because there was something thing that said you have to drink water because the water flushes it down.
I didn't know that.
And then I had a sore throat. I was like, that is the sore throat I'm feeling.
I've had a sore throat for a month now. It's making me nervous. But I know
Did
it's
you
not
get
COVID.
tested?
I had to check. Yeah, I got tested for that. It's just
well, people they've got fatigue with this, that's for sure. I mean, And then I'm looking at back to the September 11th
Yeah.
stuff, and it's like, I don't know about you, but I'm having a difficult time sitting with it because it's been such a bad 2 years. Like, it's so sad. Everything is so sad.
You want to hear something
So
really
I
messed up?
watch it.
The
What?
September 11th, right? Like, I don't want to remember it. I hate this day. I was upset it was the 20 year. I was like, maybe I should just leave town. I just can't stand it, right? I don't want to know. I don't remember. I mean, I'll always remember. We'll all always remember, but I don't want to remember, right? So I don't want to see it on TV. I don't want to read the news. I don't want to do anything. But I turned on TV this morning, and of course, I forgot this morning that it was September 11th, and they're
Oh,
reading the names, and I'm like, I don't want to see this. So I turn on. I still have old school cable. I'm looking at the guide. It says Bugs Bunny and Friends on Me TV. So I turn that on. They're reading the goddamn names from September 11th. I'm like, it's necessary to postpone Bugs Bunny and Friends. I'm obviously going there for a reason. I
well,
think
yeah.
that was pushing it a little too far.
No, it's so funny because you're so right. I tried to get away from it too. As much as I'm like, I think it's good that they're honoring. It's really
Of course.
important. It's
But
the
there's nothing
20th,
wrong with if you
20
wanna get away
years.
from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 years. But yes, I went to the Time Warner Classic channel to get away because that's what I do. I watch old classics.
You
So
mean Turner Classic Movies?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, did I say Time Warner?
Yeah. You mean TCM? I know what you mean. Of course, that's the best thing, right? It's like time stands still there, so it's perfect.
Yeah, but the thing is I went and I watched this old classic where this woman says this.
Did you ever see this ring?
Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
Your daughter told someone that came from a brother in India. No, you have her.
It's too low.
What movie
Well,
was it?
it was a movie. They're celebrating all of New York right now on Turner Classic Movies. So it's like all films that celebrate New York, give you a little bit of New York history. And I can't remember the film, but it's like a murder mystery in the film. And the mother is having a moment about her daughter who was murdered. She goes, if she hadn't just come to the city, it's all this theater and all this jazz. That's what did it. And then she goes, if only she had just been born ugly.
That's an incredible line.
And I just that's why I love old classic movies, because you just see these lines and you go, oh yeah. Mhm. Okay. That's how we talked.
Yeah.
I love when they call people yellow. What are you, yellow?
That's good.
It's a lot of slapping going on back then.
Well, that's the one thing I hate about Back to the Future, the sequels, that they were like, Marty McFly was so angry when somebody called him a chicken. Who cares? What are you, chicken? How dare
It's
you?
a major plot device.
Yeah. I'm like, really? That's going to bother him that much?
Yeah.
It is. It's escapism. It's a good topic. I think people need it. It's funny because a lot of people, I think America in general maybe had too much escapism, and now we have this reality, and now we need it. We really need it. So I don't know. What are you guys out there that are watching right now? What do you do to escape? Send us a message in the notes section. Look at me.
I remember in
being
2002, John Bon Jovi even said, I think he was on Howard, and he goes, I don't want to be here for the 1 year anniversary. Because remember, he was like very involved at the beginning. He's like, I'm leaving town. I don't even want to be here for the 1 year anniversary. So, and that's somebody that, helped out, and he sang the Star Spangled Banner at the fire station right here on 51st Street that first day for the NFL games and stuff. I mean, he was, involved, and he didn't want to be here because nobody wants to remember it. I mean, we all,
painful.
Of course, feel horrible, but it's just a bad time, especially, you and I, Marina, were here.
Yeah, I was here, and they asked for me for an interview for Variety magazine. They did an article of, I think it's like 38 comics or so.
Oh, I love that.
And all talking about where they were when this happened, and I was at the I was downtown, and then I think literally the week of, I was at the Comedy Cellar. And I was not past there. I was a new comic, nervous kind of like Evelyn is going to be next week when she opens for me. She's going to open at the show on the 15th of September. That's this Wednesday.
You
Come to the
can't.
show
She's
at the
Jewish.
comedy.
It's called Linktr.ee. I've told you this
She's
100
coming.
times.
She's
Look how
going.
we all just throw
I'll
that right out the
repent
window.
later.
She's going to repent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not Sandy
Good thing Frick doesn't
Koufax.
sound Jewish. That's why it bothers me with Rachel Feinstein. I told you.
So, yeah, he used to always get on Rachel. She
But
would tell me.
congratulations. That's good news.
Yeah,
I
and
wish I could come. I would obviously support you guys if it wasn't that day. You know I would. I'd love to see Evelyn and
Well,
you said Yvonne DiCarlo is also there too.
Vaughn, you better
I
get
know, I
her
like
name
calling
right.
her the other one.
Yeah.
Well,
it on
let me
purpose.
ask you this: like during this week, do you have to? You can't do anything.
No, it's just Wednesday night to Thursday. You're not allowed to eat or drink. So I mean, you're not supposed to be out. You can't drink anything for 24 hours from sundown to sundown.
Well,
not even
yeah, it's
water.
supposed to fast. It's just like
It's a day of atonement.
yeah, there's like if I weren't doing the show, I'd probably be tuning into services at
Right.
my like childhood synagogue, but it's on Facebook Live. I can watch it later.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to finish eating around 6 o'clock or so because it's early in the season, so maybe 6:30. And normally when it comes in October, you got to finish at like 4:30,
Yeah.
before sundown, and then you can't eat until about 6 o'clock the next night or drink water, nothing.
Well, she'll be with us. I'll watch her. I'll observe her. I'll make sure she has nothing to eat or drink. I'll make
Yeah.
sure. I'll report.
I'm upset about it. I know you didn't.
I
do
know
it on
he used
purpose,
to do
but-
this to Rachel all the time. He used to yell at her.
No, I'm upset I can't come and support it. I would love to watch the show. That's what I'm upset
We'll
about.
do another one.
Yeah.
I'm having a hot flash. But back to my
see that.
story. The reason I said
Yeah.
this was because I was as like young and nervous about being at the cellar, and I was not working there. And this was the week of, and there was a comic who's doing material that upset someone in the audience. And I remember Manny, who's now passed, who owned the Comedy Cellar, defending the comic, but the customer was very upset. And all I said was, to this person, I said, the customer has feelings too. And this has never happened in our lifetime. Everything's a little raw. I mean, we could still smell the bodies.
Right.
We're
But the customer shouldn't have
downtown.
been at a comedy club a couple days after September 11th if he wasn't
Maybe they
comfortable.
wanted to escape, but just hear my story out. Maybe I just said, maybe they have a valid reason for being upset. And maybe they wanted to look, before I did comedy, I didn't know the rules of what it means to be an audience member. I think sometimes comics put that on an audience member, and it's not really fair to do that. I think people are people, and this had never happened. This is 20 years later, and we're still talking about this. So it's important to just take a beat, maybe, and go, okay, I get. And I said this in the article that the comic yelled at me, berated me, told me I wasn't a real comic for saying what I was saying. And I started crying. I just started crying because I was like, I don't know. I'm just like, if I see someone's upset, I'm upset about what just happened. I think we should take a moment and just like chill for a second. I mean, that's just me.
Somebody yelled at you?
Yeah, there was a comic because I was defending the fact that the
you were
audience
defending. I thought
member was
Manny
upset.
defending.
No, I was defending the audience member. And it wasn't like a fierce defense. It was just me going, well, this has never happened before. Maybe this person
I
is
disagree with that.
raw in their feelings.
That person
And
shouldn't have been at a club. It's too
what?
soon. That person shouldn't have been at a club. It was too soon.
Again, I'm just saying what happened. And I was just like a young comic. And I just saw someone who was very upset and felt like, and they weren't being rude, by the way. They weren't like, I've seen customers really be rude. And I remember this person was not rude. They, lost someone. They needed to escape. And the person's joke, I guess, was not funny.
Well, that's
So,
the issue, right?
yes, always. So like when I said something, as this person yelled at me and said, "You're not a real comic," blah, blah, blah. And I started crying. And I just
Keith
cried.
always made you cry.
It wasn't
I'm
Keith.
kidding. I know.
It wasn't Keith, but I will say, like, I don't know. What do you think about that, Evelyn? We know Juskow's opinion.
No, I mean, I think like you're absolutely right that like, I mean, the comic rule is like tragedy plus time. Like it had just happened, and I think maybe the customer was coming in expecting to have other kind of jokes. Like I was reading the article you're talking about, and Laurie Kilmartin talked about like how the first time she went up on stage after 9/11, like it was the mood of the room was kind of like keep it very light, very like absurd. I think she said something like just a lot of dick jokes, basically. And so like I think that person was probably coming to the cellar expecting that it would be like that, and clearly wasn't. I mean, I agree. Like I think like you should be able to make jokes about things that are really hard and like difficult. But the angle and the point of view is very important, specifically if it's very close to that event. So yeah, I mean, I think it's hard. I think I probably would have said the same thing that you did, Marina, that it's just they have a right to be upset. It's very fresh, and I think it's almost like the person's comment that you're not a real comic. I mean, it almost seems to me like the opposite is true. Like being able to see everyone's point of view in the situation is more what comics should be doing.
And it is what changed the way I do jokes. That's what I said in the article, is like it changed the way that I handle tragic events culturally on stage. Or even in my own life, the way I handle it and the way I write material. I don't, I'm not afraid to talk about it, but I am aware that it's going to affect someone in the room.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a hard defense, Juskow. There wasn't me going, you comics. And, I wasn't doing that.
I know.
Look at, he's
now
just.
You got to tell me who the comic is. That's why it's crazy.
I won't say.
It's Robert Kelly.
No.
But he's one of those people, listen, when you're not passed at the cellar, they are going to give you shit. They're always going to say you're not a real comic.
But I was a friend of this person's, and
wow.
And what's amazing is they vouch for me today like crazy. They always say my name when they mention funny comedians. They always say my name.
Oh, it was Sarah Silverman.
Okay. No, it wasn't Sarah. But I really do think that also people, when they do that, they're projecting onto you some of their own emotions. Like maybe they like I do feel like a tremendous number of comics are not sane and they don't know how to rationalize their own feelings. And so in a way, I was taking away their ability to, I don't know, express themselves. That's how they felt. And that's why comics get so angry. Wouldn't you say, Juskow?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I want to agree with Scooby Doofus. I watch old Star Trek episodes as well. Especially City on the Edge of Forever.
Look, that's Juskow's way of saying, let's move on.
Oh, no, not at all. I've been looking at that one for a while. So
I watch old episodes. Oh,
Me
yeah.
too. I watch it every Saturday night at 10 o'clock on MeTV.
Of course
made
you
for
do.
people my age.
Of course you do. I was going to watch, my uncle keeps asking me to watch old Paul Robeson. They've been playing that on the
Who's that?
Turner Classic Movie Channel.
Paul
Robeson, the Paul Robeson Theater. He's old. It's like black theater. He's like old man, like that deep voice, Paul Robeson.
He sang the Old Man River?
I'm not doing it justice.
Like, is he in the movie Showboat? Is that the guy?
Let me pull him up. Paul Robeson.
Old Man River.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't know nothing.
Yes, please stop.
Oh
my God. You're going to get me canceled.
Along. I get weary.
They might censor this video.
I was just going to share the photo.
Tired of living and scared of dying. Huh? Pretty good, right?
Well,
he wasn't Showboat. See?
There's Paul Robeson. Let's see. Right here.
Yeah, I guess he sang the song in Showboat. He must have
right here.
It.
Showboat. Oh, sorry. I don't know how to.
Maddie McDaniel.
Yeah. There he's singing. Look. like Juskow. Don't do it anymore.
Tote that barge, lift that bell,
Oh my
get
God.
a little drunk, and you land in jail.
Oh, I like what you said, Scooby Doofus. It sounds like three human beings. Are you gonna do background music? It's like sounds like three human beings expressing their trauma after something awful happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's exactly right. It's as simple as that. It's like, let's see what Stace is saying.
Lift that bell.
I remember being so grateful for SNL in late September 2001 and Giuliani with the NYPD and NYFD. Americans have always found ways to laugh together after the tragedy. Yes.
Yeah, that was that great line. And he said, can we be funny? Lauren said that. And he goes, and Giuliani goes, why start now? And then Paul Simon played. Yeah, that was great. That was a good opening.
Yeah. Stace Williams. This is the same Stace Williams that sent us that beautiful photo.
I think she emailed us and sent the really nice review.
Tote that barge.
I know what photo you're talking. Yeah, the one you posted on Twitter.
Stuck in my head now.
What were you doing? What the hell?
Singing Old Man River.
Were you into the movement? Did you do the movement?
Yeah, I was. Tote that barge, lift that sail, get a little drunk, and you land in jail. And then he says, I get weary and sick of trying.
Well, yes. Oh, it is Stace Williams. We love the picture. We've been sharing it on Instagram. I don't know how to share it here.
Hey, what's the picture?
I just in her Friends Like Us shirt.
Let me see if I have it on my phone.
But I got the Inside Comedy David Steinberg book. Thank you.
Here is Stace. Beautiful Stace Williams.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's so cute.
Look at that smile. Thank you so much.
It looks like a nice place to live.
That's you, right, Stace? Please let that be you. I hope I'm right about that.
Yeah, no.
Wherever she lives, it looks relaxing.
It does.
Yeah.
You know what? That is absolutely what I was thinking when I saw that photo. I was like, I want to be there.
We've lived here too long in New York. Like anybody, she's probably like, well, I live in the project somewhere, but I guess if you find it relaxing, anybody that has a tree outside, we're so like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, really, like just chilling with the coffee and with nothing walking in the background. I swear to God, coming into my apartment last night with all of this activity that's going on, it's ridiculous. I shouldn't have to hear like every conversation. I hear everybody's conversation. I don't want to know everyone's life.
From like the restaurant downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Colorado.
Oh, she's in Colorado. Oh,
that makes sense.
Love. By the way,
we noticed it right away. It wasn't New York, you know. That photo, which is where the shirt. We're like, Marina and I are lived here so long. We're like, where do you live? That looks so amazing.
I mean,
trying, you know.
And the air looks fresh. You can see fresh air.
And that's just from your phone into the camera. I was just like, wow, where is that? Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, speaking of places to live, the least at risk counties, guess where? What have I been talking about all this time?
Staten Island?
Vermont.
Oh, you said counties. I got confused.
Well, Vermont, the part of Vermont, they're all Vermont. The counties are all in Vermont. Grand Isle County, Vermont, Orleans County, Vermont, Piscataway.
That's where you wanna. That's where you're headed.
Essex County, Franklin County, Vermont, Orange County, Vermont. It's all in Vermont. I was right. I've been right this whole time. I have to always listen to my. There is one place in New York,
So
Hamilton.
Coming and
Hamilton County.
That's upstate, I think.
Hamilton County is upstate.
I think so.
And Maine. There's two places in Maine.
I think we could have figured that without you telling us that. You know,
what that Maine
would probably be pretty good places to hang out.
Well, we're talking about with weather conditions on the rise.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the floods and you know
Oh,
fires.
We're
all
seeing
I
a lot
know
of
is this
climate
is actually the
disasters.
best place to live. Like this time of the year is like the best time to live on the East Coast, and that goes away very quickly right after New Year's. But this
Oh
fall
yeah.
in New York City is like it's beautiful. It's a perfect day. That's the thing about September 11th. September 11th, 2001 was maybe the most
Oh,
picture perfect day I've ever seen in my life. There was not a cloud in the sky.
State says it's really smoky there from the fires. Oh, and farther west. Oh yeah, that's because it's like even the moon is affected by those
Those
fires. You
damn
can,
California people starting all those fires. Oh, they
you
can
know, a
say it.
lot of
They can
people
do.
left California and
Oh,
went to Texas,
Oh,
I
wow.
know that's true.
where they can't get an
Where
abortion
they can
now.
just hang out with Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Ugh.
Where they
Vermont,
can't get an
Scooby
abortion. Isn't that
Doofus.
awful?
Scooby Doofus says Vermont was doing a thing where they pay you 10,000 to move there. What?
Oh, you know what?
Wow.
When did that
Be there
happen?
tomorrow.
I would move to Vermont.
I mean,
Are you sure? Because I'm gonna pack up now.
when was this,
I'm gonna
Scooby
get my
Doofus?
BTS poster, and
Give us the details.
I'm only
I'm
taking my BTS poster and this microphone, and I'm leaving.
and Venus was yes. I've heard of the influx. I've heard Texans complaining about the influx of Californians. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't that weird?
Have any of you seen the Ted Chambers wants to know, have any of you seen the Spike Lee doc on 9/11? It's fantastic.
I
No.
I can't watch any of
haven't.
those. You know.
Okay, so the interesting thing is like my dad is a professor of American Studies and he actually specializes in like on 9/11. And so like
Wow.
anytime there's like a new it's like 9/11 and Richard Nixon are like his two areas of specialty. But yes, like anytime a new documentary comes out, he's always interested if I
Where does he
watched it.
teach?
Franklin and Marshall College
Oh, cool. That's
in
amazing.
Lancaster. Yeah.
Wow.
And so I haven't watched it. I think my sister watched the Spike Lee doc. It's called Epicenters. It's like comparing like New York as like on 9/11, the epicenter of like the tragedy, and then like 2021 with like COVID. I've heard it's interesting. I did one like criticism I've heard of it is that he gives a lot of space to like conspiracy theorists that he interviews.
Spike Lee.
Yes, they tried to cut that out, I believe.
Yeah, like a
Really?
lot. He interviewed like a bunch of different people, but he like interviewed these like conspiracy theorists. I think about, I'm not sure if it was about COVID or 9/11 because they both have conspiracy theories, but
The COVID one was cut out.
yeah, because he talked to like COVID conspiracy theorists, and like I think he didn't really kind of like push back on them about like their conspiracy theories that like have been proven to be not true. So like that's what I've heard about it. But I've heard that it's interesting at least. I haven't watched it though.
Speaking of Brian, no, not Brian. The comedian who he was on Saturday Night Live. Help me, Juskow. He played the goat. That
Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer went on a long rant apparently recently about COVID, the conspiracy, like saying he's just like a cold.
Oh,
How Joe Rogan
really?
got it. Look how he cured himself.
Oh, that's not cool.
And then he has some like
I always liked Jim
logo
Brewer.
on his head that's like represents the devil. Like,
oh my
Jim
god.
like it's
Brewer?
like a punch with like two. Yeah, I got a
Oh,
call
that's
this morning about
disappointing.
this rant
Disappointing.
that he went on. It's like, I mean, he's been kind of going in that direction for quite some time. It's really interesting to see how it feels very cultish and how people get really sucked in. I mean, we have two incidences of people killing their own children because of these conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm always fascinated as
That's
to
more than a
why.
conspiracy. That's somebody who's completely insane.
Yes, but that's the thing is you could see the insanity in these conspiracy theories. You can see it. You're listening, you're looking
went
at
to
them
this
and you're like, are you okay?
I went to this guy's apartment once. I just met him, and he showed me the video of the conspiracy of 9/11 and how the bombs were planted. And you see where this one went off? That it was a complete inside job by President Bush. Like, I mean, I sat to watch this thing because I was terrified to leave. And he sat there and told me for 2 hours how the whole thing was a conspiracy.
I don't have patience
Terrifying.
for them. It's like I look at these people now, like
I had
even the
no way to leave.
person this morning who was like said it changes your blood or whatever. I was like, listen, I just watched you smoke Sherrod's weed.
Raj Reed is the worst because he combines it with tobacco. I hate that.
Right, and he's smoking someone else's weed during a pandemic.
Right,
I'm like,
you're passing it around, right?
so you're going to tell me that you're afraid of a vaccine and you just took someone else, smoked off of someone else's joint right in front of me. I saw you do it. So like, okay, whatever. And you're not the healthiest person in the world. I seen you have like a seizure, and I know you had a seizure in a vegan restaurant. I mean, you're not.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, people. Stop with the cults. I love this. What is this? Scoopy Doofus is saying, oh, they're starting a new one in for 7,000. Google Vermont relocation. I will. Thank you, Scooby Doofus.
This might be the time for you to get a house.
And not
up there.
true. It's not a place, Mister, where you hate yourself.
Donnell's thing is really funny too. He's right.
What?
Well, it's funny. I always say I never go to a second place. Usually, I'm always, when I'm at a bar and people want to go to the next place, I usually don't go, and that's why I'm stuck in that guy's house. He's telling me 9/11 is all set up. You see where the bombs go off?
I mean, it's really sad. It's like we've lost some really like Michael. Oh my God, I'm gonna forget Michael. I keep saying Michael K from The Wire, who just passed.
Michael K. Williams.
Thank you, Michael.
K is the Yankees.
I always say Michael K. Michael K. Williams passed away from well, we don't really know. It was,
from COVID, you're saying?
No, it was an overdose.
Oh, but not from 9/11. That's what I thought.
No. He was in The Wire. He's an incredible actor. You don't know him?
No, but I heard about his death.
Do you know who the actor is, though, right?
No, I've never watched The Wire.
He's in everything. You got to know his face. Come on. Let's see.
I have trouble with names and faces.
I'm about to. No, you don't. You're so good at it. Are you kidding me? Did you hear that, Evelyn? He just said he has.
I do.
This is Michael K.
I don't recognize him from anything.
He's been in so much.
He's been in so much. He's been in. The thing is, the probably the real reason you also don't recognize him, he transforms quite well.
So do you have something he might be in that I would know? And then
he was on HBO. What HBO's? What was that show?
Boardwalk Empire.
He was in Boardwalk Empire.
I never saw that either.
He was in the recent one on HBO, like
Lovecraft Country.
Thank you, Lovecraft Country.
Unless he was in Sex and the City, I just don't recognize anybody.
And here's another, and he was a beautiful.
He's so cool looking.
And Moonlighting,
He's only
the
54.
movie, right? Wasn't he in Moonlighting? Didn't he play the father? Am I wrong?
Oh, he played the father in Moonlighting. He'd be too young. He's only my age.
Wasn't he the father?
Moonlighting was in '86. He would have been
not Moonlight. No, the Oscar
Moonlight,
movie.
the Oscar winning
Moonlight. Yeah, I think he played the father in that.
I can't remember. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
It says he did an intro for a Jim Norton special.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. He was like so transformative. His death really saddened me. Like took me off.
I wonder what he's so upset about.
What do you mean?
You said it was an overdose, right?
Well, they've been putting fentanyl in cocaine, and
I'm just gonna tell you. So I usually.
That was Mahershala.
I get a thing of cocaine like once a year for somebody. I won't say who it's for. And I always have to buy it once a year. And this girl that I know does a lot of coke, and I could get it from her. She's like, "Oh, I've told all my friends we're not doing any this year because they're putting this stuff that you just said in it, and people are dying from it." So yeah, even this girl that I know to be, I love coke. Coke is the best. She even said, I'm off of it this year at least, because I heard they're putting this weird stuff in it because you can't get it.
Yeah, it's
a shortage,
so
and people don't want to not tell you they don't have it.
Is Juskow freezing to you?
No, Evelyn is for me.
Evelyn, I'm not freezing. You're not freezing.
No.
Oh, I have Evelyn frozen on mine. That's so weird.
That's so weird. Yeah.
But you're
You're
not
free.
frozen.
You're going like this.
Really? I don't know. I feel like I'm.
And then that was just like this.
So it's still frozen. I'm still frozen.
You guys let us know who is the one that's freezing the most. I don't know. It's
'cause
weird because
Evelyn's
you.
frozen on mine, but
Oh no.
I can see you.
Oh, it says
perfectly.
Evelyn is frozen.
That's
But
so
it-
weird.
I
Oh,
see you. I see you just fine, Evelyn.
Thank
Evelyn
you.
is frozen.
Wow.
But
Actually, I'm
yes,
a
dude,
squiggle vision today. A little Dr. Potts callback.
Scooby Doofus.
you better not be doing any cocaine, just guys. Swear to God. There's 3 comics that actually passed recently because there was fentanyl.
Really?
Yes.
I usually do it about 3 or 4 times a year.
You may have to
In my
refresh your
career.
page.
Yeah,
Evelyn.
yeah. I'll hop out and come back in.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
It's
to meet
funny
you
because I
too.
can see her fine. It's weird.
Yeah. Good.
No,
Okay, I'll
she's
be
frozen
right
on mine
back.
too. Frick is frozen. Frick was fracked.
Someone said you're all smooth on this side. You're still frozen,
All
Jusky.
right. What? Not? No, nobody's saying I am. I don't know. I have perfect internet.
It must. Maybe
Everyone
it's
knows
me.
it.
I'm gonna refresh my page and see what happens.
Should I refresh mine? Oh, now I'm here by myself. Hi, everybody. This is a great time to be alive. Did Marina really leave too? This is exciting. All right, I'll guide the show. Now, I guess the first time I met a black person was in 1972. And from that day, I have nowhere to go with that. I thought you'd be back by now. I have nothing. I got nothing. Well, let's talk about. Oh, that's why you were saying let it go. Of course. Frozen is the theme. That makes so much sense. Yeah. I also have if you can see in the background, I have my other arcade game I got to put up. It's the Outrun driving game. Well, my best friend is Marina, so I'll say yes. Yeah, I know. I have more puppets on the couch. I'll show it to you. 3 to 4. Yes. Yes. 3 to 4 times a year. Usually do, the Giants game. And I don't know. I guess that's. Am I really on by myself? Am I still talking? Is it just me? How did you know I had puppets on the couch? I guess I told everybody. Have I shown everybody? I'll take a picture of it. Wait, I'll take a picture of the puppets on the couch. And then you can see it. Yeah, can everybody see my puppets on my couch? Does that look ridiculous? I can send it to Marina to actually show. So how's everybody doing today? I usually host a show, but for now I'm nervous for some reason, I guess. I just wasn't expecting Marina not to come back. Or I wonder if oh no, I guess everybody sees me. I don't have to go anywhere else, right? I mean, I'm still here, right? I'm just looking in the chat room. I don't see anybody writing. So am I talking to myself? Oh, thank you. All right, so I'm definitely here. All right, let's talk about why that Bugs Bunny was canceled on MeTV. It's completely unacceptable. Don't you think that if you're looking for something else and it's Bugs, but who's going to see Bugs? Oh, Marina said it. I'm refreshing my computer. Give me 2 seconds. We know that already. Should I just sing? Should I sing the what was it? Old Man River? Wouldn't that be funny if she comes back? Oh, I'll pretend. Yeah, exactly. I just pretend it's a night flight. Marina keeps saying, "Oh, that's funny. I guess they're both refreshing their screens." Yes, I'll pretend it's a night flight. Oh, I'll tell you what we can talk about. I just found out today that whatever the kid's name is, who's the daughter of Denise Richards and Charlie Sheen, is so angry she's moving out of the house because she says it's a toxic environment. Now, how that's news, I don't understand. I would say if there was a toxic environment for a kid to grow up in, it would be the kid born into the Denise Richards, Charlie Sheen house. Oh, no more Old Man River? Oh, you didn't like my tote that barge, lift that bale? Well, maybe I could sing something else from Showboat. Marina, I think Marina keeps texting me. She's like, oh, yes, she said it's not loading. So I'm trying to help the Friends Like Us podcast. We'll be back in a minute. This is kind of exciting. I just wish I had topics. I usually let Marina guide the the topics. But again, what are your things about the Charlie Sheen? Now, I went to Charlie Sheen's house during when he went crazy, during the winner chicken dinner and, Tiger Blood stuff. I went to his house, sat on the couch with him, and watched Ashton Kutcher replace him in 2.5 Men. I was there that day because then I guess he was also on the roast of Charlie Sheen that day. And on that day, I felt I was in the true nexus of the universe. It was the most exciting day to be at Charlie Sheen's house, but no nonsense happened that day. So it wasn't as exciting as it should have been, but still, it's kind of funny to be at his house that day. I think she lost her internet connection. This is hilarious. I wonder if she knows oh, she wants me to hang up. Oh. Yeah, the white man took over. She said she can't get in. This is hilarious. Right. This is the way it's supposed to be. She's calling me now. Don't worry, I'm guiding the show.
I can't get in because you're still on.